Hi, today what we're going to work on is a Victorian style Valentine card, and it's an easel card. So when you open it up, you can stand it up and use it as a decoration, and it'll stand up all by itself. And it has a lot of different layers, and what I used was cardstock for the base, and then I printed out some public domain images from the Smithsonian and also from the Metropolitan Museum of Art to use for this project, and then just cut them out. And I also used the roses that you see are from a watercolor painting that I did. So you can use all of your own images, or you can use public domain images, and kind of go from there. So I hope you enjoy this, and let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with assembling our Victorian inspired Valentine's card, and this is an easel card. What you start out with is the I started out with the textured cardstock in a long rectangle. This one happens to be 12 by 4.5. And to create the easel card, you just fold it over in half. And this is the front where we're going to attach. And then again in half. Okay, so now I'll just kind of, this is the structure of it. So we'll be putting the card over here, and let's get started with putting together the card. So this is kind of the way that I wanted it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss the red part of the card, and also on the part that holds the card up. So I will set these aside in place and just emboss these two. And this is not a necessary step, but I just think it adds a nice little bit of dimension to the piece. So what I'm going to be using is a Cuttlebug, and I just use, there's a ton of different embossing folders to use. So I'm just going to start out with my embossing plates, and for something that's not that thick like this, I can just use the A, the B, and the B plate. Now, you can't purchase the Cuttlebugs anymore, so there are other embossing machines out there like the Big Shot, and also I think Anna Griffin has one too. But again, if you don't have one, this is not a necessary step. This is just a little extra. So when I do use the Cuttlebug, I just put it together like that and then run it through the machine. I just kind of open up the machine and just put the plates through, and they have electronic ones that'll do this for you, but I had this for quite some time, and I just continue to use it. I don't use it a lot, so it doesn't really tire my arms out from doing this, but you do see where you get a nice little emboss. So I'm just going to do the second embossing off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and what I'm going to be doing is using foam tape because it just increases the dimensional effect of the card. So I'm just going to do the base of this. So I'm just going to attach it, and I cut a couple out ahead of time, but you can buy them pre-cut if you wish, and or you can cut them yourself and just use whatever is available to you. And you can sometimes get them on sale in different places, but I'm just trying to kind of give a nice good foundation for the card and add some dimension to it. And this is the part that'll stop the card from sliding down. So this kind of makes it stand up in place. Now this is the fun part, where we start putting everything together, and the images that I used, the roses are actual, from a watercolor painting that I did, and then I put it on my computer, took a picture, put it on the computer, and cropped it. Now the other images, like this one and many of the other ones that I'm using here are, well, this one's like, I put together two different images, but they're public domain images that I found on the Smithsonian Museum Open Access, and also the Metropolitan Museum Open Access. So those are, images you can find and fussy cut to your delight, and you're free to use them. You do have to make sure that they are in the public domain, because there are some images that are not, and you don't want to use those. But the ones that are in the public domain, you're free to use as you wish. And I think what I might do is down the road create all of my own images. But I kind of wanted to put this together, so I used the easy way out and just kind of downloaded some images that I thought would work really well for this. And I think that is nice. So for this part, we just attach it. And what I'm going to do is use some double-sided tape. So then this will stand up once we have our other piece put together. So we kind of go through the same process. Okay, so there you have the part of the card that'll keep it standing up. So I'm going to use again the tape, and I'm just going to put it a little bit up. Okay, so when you open the card, you just fold it up, and there you have your beautiful Valentine's Day layered Victorian style card. So I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and watching my video, and thank you for joining me today, and I will see you soon. Bye now.